After 3 weeks of waiting, wondering if it will happen, the moment has come, and the announcement of announcements is about to be presented. Toronto Comic Con! Mr. J, Arachnash, the Mountain Man, and Raider are invading March the 20th to 22nd, Toronto Comic Con in Toronto, which is a given. We'll be inviting and hanging out with such celebrities as Chad Coleman, Karen June, Shannon Doherty, J.Alex Richards, and Terry Farrell and more. Make sure you get your tickets at ComicConToronto.com. Make sure you get to see everyone, including AMAudiomedia.com, Doctor Who Dark Journey, That Joker Guy, and more. If you see us, say hi to the droids and bring us some chimichangas. Episode 189 of the Droids podcast. Mr. J here. That's right, today's Monday. You know what that means on Monday? 4 days to Toronto Comic Con as myself, the Mountain Man, Arachnash, and Rainer. We will be inside Toronto Comic Con without the lube. We're going in dry. Pooh, that's a lie. I gotta have courtesy. With that said, how is everyone today? I can tell you I've been busy working, getting ready. We have some announcements. Damn it! I hate keeping things to myself, and really, only the admins know. So we're gonna hold on to a little bit. So stay tuned for this week because we might have a couple of celebrities on the podcast, which I'm obviously pretty excited about. It was just like, what? Zip. Pretty much, that's what happened. Or my friend Naomi would be like, zip, yeah. If you don't understand the reference, then I can't help you at this point. You're drowning. I won't tell you. With that said, we have a lot of news to go over this week that has happened. But hey, here's something to think about. If you haven't watched The Walking Dead, you may stop listening now. Okay, if you continue to listen past this part, it's your fault. So when Noah was getting fish hooked last night, did you think, look at that going, holy shit, so that's what would happen if the angry pirate went wrong? Ba-dum-ching. If you don't get the reference, I can't help you on it. But seriously, is that what really would happen? Because now I don't want to do the angry pirate to the lady friend. Eee. I won't lie, I'm still kind of giggling about the last comment. But with that said, Ryan Reynolds has taken to the tweets. He tweeted, curiously, the best thing about a Deadpool photo shoot is singing Dolly Parton songs full blast while heavily armed. Unexpected. Really? A photo shoot with Ryan Reynolds dressed up as Deadpool? I don't see anything wrong with that. Do you? I know I don't. Who's there? No one. Anyways, I am incredibly happy about it. We got a director that understands that world and writers with a slavish devotion to the canon of the character. That's the most important aspect. It's made in a way that the most critical of fanboys can embrace. Well, that's the hope. So, the movie has started shooting. Today, I believe, was the first day it started shooting, which is pretty exciting. They did a photo shoot for the movie starting today, which is pretty good. We should see something soon. Well, this is actually very exciting right now. I had a witty response, so I will play this instead.
Large-breasted naked fan lady, we're on our way!
Alright, so now Kevin Smith, who is already in the process of working out Clerks 3 unnecessarily. I like Clerks. I want to make sure everyone understands that I'm actually a Kevin Smith fan. But when you've made the money you had and you don't need to make these type of films anymore, then you're like, holy shit, Jay and Silent Bob need to get back in shape, need to get back out there. Kind of disconcerting at this point, you know. Sometimes some Well, just need to let things go. So, Kevin Smith has confirmed that not only is Clerks 3 going to happen, now Mallrats 2 is going to happen. Mallrats 2 was made 2 decades ago, approximately. I don't remember the exact year because it's been so long. Which was a great film. I'm not against the film at all. I actually enjoyed it quite much. Like, I mean, it was one of my favorite films. But now they're going to talk about next year. They're going to start shooting Mallrats 2. I don't even know what the storyline would be. Would Michael Rooker be in it? Would he be eating a shit-covered pretzel? Is the guy still going to be trying to see the sailboat? Shannon Doherty still looking for work? Is the guy from LaForest going to be there? What's Jason Lee going to be doing? Like, there's just so many different questions I would like to know. Like, not even getting to the part of why are you making this? We haven't even get to that part yet, but hey, if he thinks he's gonna do well and the movie's gonna be cool, then I'm not 100% against it. I'm just trying to understand why so much time has elapsed. So why make this now? This would have been a great film that happened 10 years ago. Thanks to the website Latino Review, I find that a lot of stuff come out of this website. Latino Review sounds very just bland. I don't even know how to get their stories. But basically an article on how it explains how Batman's gonna fit in with the Suicide Squad. Let's be honest here, Waller has been busy. We have seen her in multiple different variations, from the movies to the comics and even in the TV shows. She's just an annoying person, but they're going to make a Suicide Squad movie, which we all have to come to terms with. Which we'll get to about Jared Leto later. Don't you worry about that. I'm not done with him yet. But according to the sources in the film, Batman is some sort of big boogeyman that the government really hates. Well, of course they hate him, because I mean he beats the shit out of everybody. Like, read the book The Dark Knight, or even watch Dark Knight, the animated films, where they're pissed off because Batman does what Batman wants. He doesn't follow the rules. They have to send Superman to put him in line, and when in the end he does, beats the shit out of Superman. Outsmarts Superman yet again. But anyways, before I stir the pot with all the fanboys out there, the Joker's the only one to really ever meet him or know. That's why he's so important to Amanda Waller, because she wants to know everything about the Bat. And they have footage of Batman in action, what they watch, there's a bit of dialogue, blah 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 blah. So pretty much they're gonna make some references to Batman in the Suicide Squad movie, which, whatever, at this point. I feel like it's just reaching left and right at this point, just trying to make sure that we have some type of tie-in. How about this? How about we spend our money and get that, JLA movie off the ground? Just a thought. Just a thought. I have a feeling that I'm not gonna make any friends today, and that's perfectly fine, because since the Mountain Man is off having a fantastic getaway at the casino, that means I have to carry the burden to not provide any fucks. And I'm checking my hand. I'm not seeing any. So with that said, we're gonna now talk about Star Wars Rogue One and an explanation of what it could be, which is shit. Hold on, instant replay. Shit. I'm a Star Wars fan. I'm not a Star Wars fan or a Trekkie, which we recently don't even want to bring that up about that anymore. But the point is that they don't even have a trilogy built yet for what's currently being made, or an idea on what that's about, or anything. So we're going to go ahead and push out a spin-off for Star Wars Rogue One, which, being a guessing person, tells me it's about Rogue Squadron? Maybe? I don't know. But we're going to make a movie about it. Why don't we just make a Boba Fett Origins film? Wait, they're going to do that. How about we do a Han Solo Origins film? Wait, they're possibly doing that too. Shit. How about we do a Yoda Origins film? They won't do that, right? Oh, they are. So, Disney is trying to make money. I think we should have, like Star Wars Episode 10, Disney's Quest for More Money. You would think a corporation with that much money would not be looking for more. The only thing I'm waiting on now is another set of Pirates of the Caribbean films. Oh god, no more Johnny Depp, no more. So an interview with Heath Ginger today, and when I mean by Heath Ginger, Cameron Mahonigan's Jerome, which I don't remember the Joker being called Jerome. I thought it was Jack. Maybe I don't. I'm just a fan. Just a fan. Whatever. But apparently, it is indeed an early version of the Gotham's Clown Prince of Crime, the Joker. It is, after all. I don't remember him being a ginger, but I guess we can do whatever we want because it is TV, right? We can just pick and choose and what is what and how it is and everything to that effect. But he was recently on an interview and he talked about how when he was on set they discussed the possibility of him coming back in the second and third season, but nothing has been set in stone. And and he believes that the producers have a firm plan for what they want to do, but he was not privy to it. This is what really bothers me, and I had this huge conversation with someone about this recently, about Gotham. I really like Gotham, but it's what really pisses me off about that show is they are relying on all these little walk-ons to keep people go, oh, I think that's the Riddler. Oh, I think that's Poison Ivy. I'm like, you don't need to do it. Like, even if you just throw on, your Catwoman, you obviously had Alfred, you had your Batman, you had your Gordon. And then you could have turned into like a crime drama with the Falcone and Maroni family, and you got what, 8 seasons before you have to start worrying about bringing these characters in and start building them up. Now it just feels like this is going to be something that happens every season. Like, oh well, this year it looks like the Joker got a year older, and now he's in like a youth home and he's murdering people. Like, it's okay to build things on your own steam. Just saying. Just saying. With all this Batman talk, everyone's still going on and on and on and on about Jared Leto and his no more fucking eyebrows. It's not the end of the world to me. He doesn't want to have fucking eyebrows anymore. I'm not going to judge him for it. Like, it is what it is. He shaved off his eyebrows for the role. But now they're talking about how he is going to be the Dark Knight Joker. Oh, that actually hurts my feelings that they're going to do that. It really does. Out of all the variations of the Joker, in my opinion, that he's the worst one. And I'm sure there's a fanboy or 2 or 6 out there that's like, oh, really? You think that wouldn't be the better one? If he really isn't, I always like the elongated jaw, like the piano teeth, the whole look of the Joker matters to me. Especially being as I call myself a Batman animated Rugrat, where when I was growing up, that's what I watched, besides reading the comic books, was Batman the Animated Series with Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill and blah, 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 blah. And now they're going to make this variation of Joker, which doesn't sit well with me, but we'll see what happens. I was never sold on the whole Jared Leto from the beginning, so that's always been a moot point. Also today, speaking about Batman, the Batman vs. Superman trailer, the newer one, got accidentally leaked on 4chan today. But unfortunately, it was taken down so quick that only a handful of people have seen it. And the only thing that's been explained that is different is that it is almost identical to the original trailer that was shown at San Diego Comic-Con, but it is now narrated by Ben Affleck. And you do see quick flashes of Cyborg and Wonder Woman in street clothes, and you see Aquaman in his full costume, but nothing really else beyond that. So I'm kind of hoping it gets re-leaked before the end of the day, month. How about this? Before the end of the week, before I go to the Comic-Con. So then have a little bit of stuff to talk about while I'm there. So this is me hoping. And the final news article for the podcast anyways, is that we finally have an official 100% not changing our mind actor that is going to play yet again. Eric Draven comes back from the grave and we get another reboot. That wasn't, the other ones weren't reboot, but whatever, of The Crow. And it will be played by Jack Huston, which a lot of people do not know Jack Huston. He was in Boardwalk Empire. He was the man who had half his face blown off, which he actually played a very good character. So, I mean, not necessarily bad choice at all. I mean, just looking at him, like, oh, I can definitely see it. Now, James O'Barr is directly involved with bringing the film to life, and it's going to be a direct adaptation from the original graphic novel. And if you have not read it, you would know, if you did, that the movie with Brandon Lee was there's changes. There was some changes, not the end of the world where people lose their shit over, but there was some changes in it, and this will be a direct adaptation for it. O'Barr said that Jack Huston's definitely been cast, that he's really happy with the choice, and that the film will shoot in a couple of months. He also said the film will essentially be a straight adaptation of the original graphic novel, which differs quite a bit from what I stated earlier from 1994's Brandon Lee version. And they also signed someone else. I can't remember, I'll have to track that down, but I'll bring that up next week's podcast, and that's the news, episode 189, 1 away from 190, 4 days away from Toronto Comic Con. You need to go to comiccontoronto.com right now. You need to buy your tickets, they're fairly inexpensive. You're going to be having a great time. We'll be there, that Joker will be there, AM Audio Media, Doctor Who Dark Journey is going to be there, James O'Barr, who I was just talking about, is going to be there. Even Chad Coleman, Tyrese, who recently passed on the show, will be there. There's a huge amount of people that are going to be there, so why don't you want to be there? And with that said, look for us and enjoy yourself at Chimichanga. I'm outie.
Game over, man. It's game over.
Thanks for listening to the Droids You Are Looking For podcast. Stay tuned for next week's podcast.
Remember, the Force will be with you, always.